For many studio comedies, a white lie is generally front and center. From She's the Man's Viola pretending to be her brother due to her love of soccer to 21 Jump Street's cop duo going undercover as high school students, more often than not, humor and deception go hand in hand. That's why going into Kinda Pregnant, Amy Schumer's latest rom-com, I didn't mind seeing yet another main character going to absurd lengths to protect their identity. Maybe it was this mentality that allowed me to soak in the predictability and chaos of Lainey's fake pregnancy, but also buy into the film's sentimental touch. For those familiar with Schumer's self-deprecating comical tact, this Netflix original will hit close to home. Instead of believing that monogamy is unrealistic like Amy does in Trainwreck, Lainey is a hopeless romantic wanting, more than anything, to settle down and start a family. Yet, once things don't necessarily go as planned, she finds a sense of comfort in using padding underneath her shirt and connecting with a mom-to-be. In faking her pregnancy, she not only finds the love she's been seeking all along, but also learns to be less self-absorbed. What is Kinda Pregnant? Kinda Pregnant starts off with a flashback, in which Lainey and her best friend Kate, played by Jillian Bell, are just children playing mom in a school playground. As the main character pretends to push a baby out, Kate asks why they are so often pretending to be in labor. In response, Lainey says that being a mother is the best thing you can aspire to be and that they have to stick together in the future when they are actually expecting because their moms are no longer around to support them. Years later, when Kate sees the two lines pop up in her at-home pregnancy test, she is both excited about the news but unsure how to relay it to her best friend, who has gone from thinking she was getting engaged to being nowhere near married and with a baby on the way. Her concern is valid, since the protagonist goes on a downward spiral from the moment she finds out. At first, she tries to be supportive by taking Kate to get pregnancy clothes. Yet, after trying on a fake bump and being mistaken for a pregnant woman, Lainey soon feeds into this lie by attending a mom-to-be yoga class and meeting Megan Brianne Howie, a legitimately pregnant woman who is outspoken about the trials she's experiencing. As they bond, the main character is also introduced to Megan's brother, Joshua Forte, who is single and seemingly on the same page about having a family. Amy Schumer uses narrative cliches and pop culture references in her favor. What makes this film delightful and purposely cringe is how it sticks to narrative cliches that have worked in the past while making the audience laugh with genuinely funny jokes. From Lainey ordering a drink at a coffee shop under the name Sasha Fierce to then reading a tabloid magazine as a bedtime story for Megan's son, the script has many jokes that are utilized effectively. The dialogues are primarily witty and enjoyable, allowing for Schumer and her co-writer Julie Pave's comedic timing to translate well from page to screen. One of the reasons why the jokes land is largely due to Schumer's sharp delivery, rarely missing a beat. The writers also find the right instances to provide heartfelt conversations between characters about the trials of pregnancy. Both Megan and Kate aren't having the time of their lives while expecting, and their struggles are sure to resonate with women who've been through similar experiences. The film also refrains from painting Lainey's wishes as futile. Her desire to have a family of her own stems from the lack of one in her youth. Although she eventually learns that loving herself comes first, it is hard not to root for her to get what she's always wanted. Especially when a guy like Josh comes into the picture. To that, I note that Kinda Pregnant proves that Forte deserves more rom-com exposure. He truly captures the essence of a rom-com lead, balancing his character's amusing personality with his craving for a solid relationship. He doesn't mind that Lainey is pregnant. Josh loves her just the same. Kinda Pregnant's physical comedy doesn't always work. The instances that do feel a bit foolish from the viewer's point of view are primarily tied to the film's physical comedy. It is embarrassing to see a woman in her 40s destroy a chocolate cake with her bare hands in search of an engagement ring, or her trying to hide in a pile of stuffed animals at a toy shop to avoid getting caught. Not to mention the amount of times that it was impossible for people to still believe that she was pregnant after slamming her stomach on the floor at a yoga class and setting it on fire without worrying about going to the doctor for an emergency checkup. It is also hard to grasp that her inner circle doesn't notice that the size, shape of her bump is often fluctuating, as she replaces her padding with anything from an inflatable balloon to a roasted turkey. Instead of relying on absurdity for comedic purposes, the film could have found more subtle ways to convey humor. Overall, Kinda Pregnant might be more of a guilty pleasure to watch than a film that stands the test of time. A studio comedy that expands on narrative cliches, this Netflix original doesn't take itself too seriously, inviting the audience to be less critical about its uninspired storyline and enjoy the ride. With Schumer's signature imprint, the film is able to add pop culture references that garner laughs and also finds the right instances to hit the core. The moments that it goes into the laborious journey to labor are what will resonate with viewers, those who have either gone through this experience firsthand or witnessed someone close to them do the same. Schumer and Forte's chemistry also helps to humanize the protagonist and her urge to find her ever after in the familial environment she's always wished for. Tyler Spindle's latest directorial effort might falter when it comes to its approach to physical comedy, but it still deserves some appreciation for what it does well: make you laugh and feel. Kinda Pregnant is available to stream on Netflix. Gives Kinda Pregnant a 6/10.